So Aaron Mate is probably very well balanced, very vestibular. Aaron Mate is very vestibular because his father is Gabor Mate. I saw this clip with Gabor Mate talking to Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan was sitting there talking about how anxiety isn't a disease. And maybe people could say, oh, anxiety goes on and on and on. There's a lot of goddamn mean girls in the fucking political world. It's almost as long as you're part of the cool club, you don't give a shit if you're on the wrong side. Oh, you're against forced to vote. You're against universal health care. You're against the progressive using the power that they got. Maybe if they just go along to get along, just be super fucking nice and be very nice and just more niceness and do all their agenda and sign all their bills and go along with their agenda. And maybe you might get something of your agenda. That's not how anything works. That's not how anything works. So anxiety is not a disease. Anxiety is not a disease. But Gabor Mate, his family, they fought the Nazis or the Holocaust or some shit. So his son is nice and balanced and very vestibular because Gabor Mate had to figure all this shit out. So if you don't trust anybody, you should have anxiety. People are awful. People are awful. People are nasty. People are mean. If you didn't have a good upbringing, Gabor Mate says that when a child cries, or if you get mad, if you're sad or if you get mad, as a child, if you have a good upbringing, you're sad, well, the parent picks you up, holds you, it's going to be okay. You fell over, but you get to, keep on going. That person attacked you, well, I just told them not to attack you no more. So you fell down, it's either an accident or, watch where you're going or somebody else did it. I fixed the problem. There was a problem and then you were sad because you had fell over and then there was pain. And then it's over. The child fell down. They thought it was startling. They thought they hurt themselves. You pick them up, you say it's okay. Then they go on with their lives. But if you don't have parents that were like that, you fell down and then they fucking... Ah! It's not the screams, it's the ah! People are terrible. People are terrible. You should have anxiety. And I've had anxiety for a long time. And I kind of want to work some of this stuff out. Jordan Peterson is a psychotherapist. And psychotherapist is Sigmund Freud. And what psychotherapy says is start talking. Just spit it out. Get it out there. And then, you spit it out there. And then you kind of see, okay, well, now what do we got here? Anxiety is also adrenaline, so you could be excited about the situation, or the situation could be fearful. Coming from a place of abuse, I'm hypervigilant. And good thing, thank God I was, or I wouldn't have survived. I remember having one conversation with one of my child abusers when I was about 12. I had one conversation, and the conversation was, I don't want to be abused anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. I got to go to work. Anyways. Isn't that always awesome when someone anyways you? Anyways to what I was just saying, or anyways to my very being. If child abusers didn't want to have children, why did you have children? I would have much rather have gone to an orphanage or just lived out in the damn woods by myself. I would have realized that I'm on my own and I got to pull myself up by my own bootstraps, and people are freaking awful, so I got to take care of myself. Instead, I have to undo a lot of the crap. So anxiety is also adrenaline. Anxiety is also a warning to you that something is not right. Danger is a mist. If you're out in the woods and you see a big old bear who's like drooling and he's like coming right towards you, you probably should be a bit anxious. You probably should be a little bit nervous. A situation could occur. You probably should run up a tree, run somewhere, attack the fright, flight or fight. some kind of confrontation is about to happen. So if you're not anxious, oh, that's just a bear drooling coming right out. That's nothing. Don't be nervous. Mind over matter. Don't just ignore it. Pretend it isn't there. Oh, look. Now all y'all just got eaten up by a bear. That doesn't make sense. It makes sense to be anxious. If I fell down, okay, it's my mistake. Maybe you could say, well, you fell down, you stupid ass. You know, when I stumble and fall with my dogs don't realize I'm messing up and they just kind of play along with me. That's so much better. Always have to be so goddamn motherfucking perfect. You slightly messed up in life. You slightly stumbled. That's how you raise children. The Confederate fucking way of. The school of life says that humankind can be awful, and so really what we have to do, the emotionally intelligent. If you want to be emotionally intelligent, then you got to reassure each other that you're not going to be fucking terrible. Coming from a place of abuse, I am hypervigilant. And I've had anxiety for a long time, but you want to know what's cured me of my anxiety? Is when I think about being a rock, when I think about being a solid rock. Jordan Peterson told me to be formidable, to have a sword, but to keep it sheathed. How many people say, don't even have a sword, don't even have any kind, don't even defend yourself, just turn the other cheek. That's what Christians said, that's what white supremacists said, that's what cops, all authority figures, just shut up and obey, and who cares about your individual life? Who cares about your life? The teachers, they got to get paid. And the way that they're going to get paid is by making you shut up and then you read that thing over there. The message of Karate Kid is the same message as Jordan Peterson. You learn to fight, not to go around to bully people, but to stand up to the bullies. Not to go around bullying, but to bully the bullies, to stand up. I didn't even know. It probably would be just to terrorize the terrorists, but who wants to go through all that? The oppressor is chained to that which they oppress. So the terrorists, I'd rather put them in jail, give them a fine. I don't want to have to do the same crap that they're doing. Fuck a sovereign, fuck a terrorist, and fuck a criminal, fuck. You learn to fight. Not to go around fighting people. Not to go around bullying people and taking their lunch money. Not to criminalize people. Not to abuse children. You learn to fight so that way when you're confronted with the devil, when you're confronted with criminality, evil, wickedness, when you're confronted with violence for violence sake, you stand up to it. And that's the only way that's going to... Violent people only understand violence. And when violent people want to do violence upon you, you don't have a choice. And some people think that if you don't even defend yourself, then hell, why should anybody else defend you? So I've had anxiety for a long time, but when I think about, oh, okay, I can fight back. I'm allowed to fight back. It's right to fight back. Even though I was raised by parents who told me not to fight back, the Christianity told me to turn the other cheek, the school, the teachers, the bosses, the cops. You just go inside, right? Somebody's terrorizing you, somebody's menacing you, just go inside. Teachers, you can't get into a fight or you'll get suspended for 3 days. So, okay, if they just start pounding on me, I guess I'll just get pounded on just like at home and at work. Damn boss wants to get violent with me too. Everywhere I go. But I have, I think things and I have a soul and I'm my own person. Shut the fuck up. Get in line. Go do the dishes. Go do the tobacco. Go make my fucking Kool-Aid. You piece of shit, bitch. Now you're my butler. Like a Confederate piece of shit. Well, you can't do it to African Americans, so you got to turn your children into slaves and butlers. You got to torture your children. That's how the Confederates are getting their aggression out these days. How could you not have anxiety? Could you imagine having parents that want to get their aggression out on you? Their parents are dead and gone, or they're not being helpful. They got crappy neighbors, crappy friends, go to a job, unappreciative boss. And then come home and just take it out on you. They bond over taking it out on the boy. What's crazy about Christianity is I was raised Catholic, right? So baptism, confirmation, first communion, the whole works. And I read the Bible, and I was a good Christian, I listened to what Jesus had to say, and I tried to, read the Bible, tried to do the best I could. And the only reason I was raised Catholic because the father is atheist and the mother is Catholic. And so they had made a deal, the church, the priest somehow was able to get involved, and they said, okay, you could get married into Catholic faith, but you could stay atheist, but you have to raise your children Catholic. What's crazy about that is that because of my mother's Christianity, I was supposed to be raised Christian, but I got this, early experience where she's sitting there reading the Bible to my other siblings, and she just don't give a shit about me. I'm over in the corner, I'm cold, I'm alone, afraid, I'm in a weird situation. I'm in a house that, it was when I lived in Crittenden with Tim Gripshover. There was the separation. And I'll tell you about it because it's not the, great thing about my life. Because I took it even more harder upon me. So I'm off to the side. She's reading the Bible to my other siblings. Because my other siblings are going to be loved. And they get to, be warm and comfortable. And they know that they're mother loves him. But I wasn't going to get the same reassurance at all. I wasn't going to get any kind of reassurance. No reassurance for me. So it's crazy that he had to agree to, allow me to be raised Christianity, but she didn't want to read the Bible to me. She's never told me about Jesus or anything that Jesus has ever talked about. In fact, the last bit of wisdom she gave me was that assholes run the world. And she got that from a guy named Bob, an underling of hers, who worked at a grocery store, Save-A-Lot in Dry Ridge, Kentucky, back in the 1990s in Grant County. Some fucking douchebag. She would drive an hour away to go work for 8 hours, come back. Oh, he says assholes run the world. Oh, okay, cool. Can you learn the muscles and bones of the body so we have something to talk about? Maggie Webster was the best mother I've ever had in terms of articulating my mind. She would read all these questions. She would just drill us with trivia. Me and Ben and Colin and Megan. And we were good. We were good because we knew our shit because of one person that was actually, and she wasn't a teacher and she wasn't getting paid. And then she wanted us to defend her. And only one of us defended her. And then eventually 10 years later, she gets into a motorcycle accident. I'm not even for sure where Maggie Webster is today. Maggie Webster, if you hear this, I'm looking for you, Maggie Webster. You were the best person to me. And I'm sorry that I didn't stand up for you and I didn't defend you. Mr. Mann was the official coach for the academic team. So he took the damn credit, but he didn't do a fucking thing. And then when she said, why don't you write a letter so that way, she could have got hired. She could have, got paid. She was a volunteer. She was just a mother who gave a damn about her children. Because now I believe something completely different. I believe injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. You had to stand up for Maggie Webster. You had to. She's the one that did all the damn work. He didn't do anything. She would grill us, take time out of her life, and grill us with questions. So we knew a bunch of, Egyptian, Greek mythology. We knew a whole bunch of math. We knew a whole bunch of Robert Fulton, the steamboat, invented the steamboat. We were good. 8th grade, our academic team was fucking badass because we had Maggie Webster that was coaching us. She was there for us, but when she needed us to be there for her, and it makes me sad because how many fucking times does that happen? Good people come by and they do great things and some jealous fucking piece of shit, well, the abusers aren't going to like somebody that's actually articulating my brain. I mean, I got a soul, a mind, and a body. And I need to grow up and, be a man in this society. And I think that's what they were afraid of. They were too insecure, codependent, individuals. They both, came from shit. I'm not going to say it was easy for them, but them taking it out on me was fucking bullshit. Oh, Camillus beat the shit out of your mom, huh? So that's why you're beating me up? Because Camillus beat the fuck out of your mother? Do you think that's good? Do you think your mom was a dumb piece of shit who deserved to get smacked around? No, you don't hit women. Oh, okay. But you can hit little boys. That's okay. You can abuse boys and you can abuse kids. That's totally fine. Why do we excuse adult women and give them a total pass? Even if they're abusive? What if they're hitting us? Can we hit them back if they hit us? What if they're hitting kids? Can we hit them if they're hitting kids? If they're committing crimes, we're just supposed to let the female gender get away with their crimes? That's bullshit. No, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not going to let people get away with crimes. I want an abuse-free household and a crime-free neighborhood in a civil society. And I've been 40 years and I don't have that, and that's fucking bullshit. Why? Well, because you guys want to abuse your kids. You don't want a civil society. And you guys are criminal fucks. Bunch of sadistic. So if you're raised by some sadistic fucking psychopath, you fell down. Somebody, you know what's worse? Okay, let's just assume you didn't fall down, but let's assume you were pushed down. You went to the, playground or whatever, and you're sliding, you're just enjoying the fucking park like anybody else, but some bigger fucking kid just pushes you down. Now your parent is there. Your parent could say, stand up for yourself. I'm here. I'm a witness. I saw what happened. He attacked you first. You have a right to defend yourself, because that's the best way to handle a bully. Knock that bully down. And then if me defending myself didn't work, then, separate it and then, separate the two and then chastise the one and then get the one into a safe spot. But that's take care of the victim. Are you okay? Brush their shoulder off. It's going to be okay. Be strong. You tried to, he was just picking on you for no reason. People do that. He's a jerk. Don't internalize it. Don't worry about it. You're young and very impressionable. And you want the approval of your peers. But that other kid's got some other issues going on. He's probably getting beat up at his house. And in some respects, y'all might actually need each other. And you should ally and unionize and show solidarity. But child abusers don't want that. No siree, Confederate child abusing sons of bitches. They don't want that. Love, solidarity, empathy. No, you're going to do my damn dishes. Nobody's going to love you. Nobody's going to give a shit about you. We don't even talk to you. I had one conversation with one of my child abusers when I was 12. A heart-to-heart conversation where I actually got to, talk to them, and I really kind of laid myself bare. I don't like the abuse. Oh, really? Okay, anyways, I got to go work. So I want to go back to the Christianity thing. The Gabor Mate, I'll just talk for, 30 minutes. But Gabor Mate, I just want to mention that. If you have a parent and you're pushed down and the parent, at the playground and they pick you up and they say, you know what? I read about Diana, she would go to Harry's sporting events and fill his pockets full of chocolate. And I saw another one where she just kissed his arm. I remember them trying to show affection, but the biggest problem with my abusers of showing any kind of affection towards me is you don't care about my body, you don't care about my soul, you don't care about my mind. Even Barbara Williams, who I detest, she had bought a game, go to the head of the class, so she was articulating my mind. Maggie Webster was articulating my mind. The abusers were just hitting me, hitting my mind, hitting my brain over and over again. And I got siblings too, and they, sibling rivalries, a motherfucker. After, mother puts the beans on the fucking thing, gotta eat the green beans, bitch. Nah, fuck your life, bitch. You're fucking nobody, bitch. I got you, daddy. No, daddy. You want me to hate this boy? I'll hate this boy. Here's some green beans, bitch. You're gonna have the same taste buds as us. Not only do I hate the taste of green beans, but I got a fucking shit ton of trauma behind it. So, no, I will never like green beans, no matter how fucking shitty you motherfuckers are. But do you think every time she put the green beans on my fucking plate, she's like, I probably shouldn't do that? Or did she do it intentionally? Fuck him. Fuck that. When I go, there's been so many fucking things said. Keep your enemies close, huh? Oh, you took a sticker machine from Pizza Hut. Well, he needs to get raped by a bunch of big old burly men in jail for 3 years. It's always been shoving green beans up. Just if it's not fucking violence or neglect, it's lies. Just a bunch of green bean bullshit, nonstop. How could I not have anxiety? And then when Jordan Peterson said I could defend myself, well, so does Thomas Hobbes. And actually, it comes from the state of nature. And any person with common sense knows that you're allowed to defend yourself. But not Christianity. Not abusers. Not authoritarians. Not teachers. Not cops. Not anybody. And if a person can't even tell you to defend yourself, well, fuck, they don't even care about your well-being. They don't have your best interest in mind. They don't care about your well-being. So it's just crazy. I started hitting myself. I'm at Dry Ridge. I'm in Crittenden, Tim Gripshover's house. So I'm 8 years old, 3rd grade. And this is very consequential. So I'm off to myself, and it was during the separation. So she's all sad, and she wants to go back, and she needs her man. But I actually liked that place better. I liked Tim's house better. I had 2 brothers. I had, cousins, and Timmy he gave me $5 for straight A's. The old man gave me $1. And then she wasn't even a mother. She was just like a jealous sister. She hated that I got good grades. She never gave me $1. She never gave me encouragement. She would go to the fucking award ceremony, pretend that she was doing something, but she didn't do shit. Terrorize me, use violence, barbaric fucking criminality. Never read to me. No, she's not learning anything. Don't believe in knowledge. She believes in ignorance. And this isn't me saying it, it's her saying it. Ignorance is bliss. Oh, okay, so I don't have to listen to a fucking word you say. No, you gotta respect me. Well, which is it? I gotta respect your ignorance? I don't have to respect your ignorance. No, I do not. So I'm 8 years old and I'm just sitting there smacking myself. Why? Because, clearly that's what she loves. She wants a man to fucking hit me. So here, I'm hitting myself. Don't you love me now? Do you love me now? But it scares her. She don't know what to do and thinks, oh, the boy needs a father. That's what's going on. No, what I wanted was a mother. The boy needs a mother. And I needed my mother to talk to me and my mother to love me and my mother to care about me and to, probably show me some affection or attention but ultimately not completely neglect me while I'm in the same goddamn room as her. Her last words of wisdom for me is that assholes run the world. So maybe it's a good thing she never sat beside me. What kind of advice can she possibly offer? She didn't even want to talk to her son. At no point in time. 40 goddamn years. I feel stupid. I feel like I've been played. I feel like I've been played like nobody's ever been played in their entire life. Me thinking that all that tobacco work that I was doing was actually going to... And then they can't even sit in a chair. All that shit that they fucking made me do, and I did it because I loved them. And here I'm thinking that I'm building respect, but really, they're just getting shittier. They think that their barbaric criminality is, well, see? Terrorism and being an asshole works! You should never love your kids, you should always hate your kids, never talk to them! Terrorize them, abuse them, torture, enslave! Over and over. Insult you, attack you, just crime after crime. They don't give a shit about love or family or friendship, empathy, solidarity. They don't care if you got a goddamn bank account. They don't even care if you have a goddamn mailbox. They get all the perks. They get all the privileges. They give you fucking nothing and then say, goddamn, how come you stumbled and fell? How come you stumbled and fell? Because you were tripping me. You made sure I had nothing, and then you kept tripping me, you piece of shit. What the fuck are you talking about? You know I can do the goddamn work, motherfucker. You keep stealing my labor. You keep taking my fucking shit. Can I live in a society where I go to work and I get to keep that fucking money, and then I get to spend that money where I want to spend it, pay my bills, and then whatever's left over I can go buy a fucking cheeseburger? Can I do that? How come being a good goddamn American citizen is fucking me over? Be a good goddamn American citizen. Okay, I'll turn the other cheek and just call the cops. Well, the cops didn't do shit. Now what the fuck do I do? How can I not have anxiety? I'm raised by child abusers. I heard about a cop going to a fucking house where the parents are sitting there being shitty to the son, and the cop kills the son. You can't understand being the third fucking wheel, and then them two assholes just fucking, we're bigger or better than you better obey, and you better obey. Can you be genuine, nice fucking people for a second? How come you don't have kindness? How come I've been fucking kind and decent and polite and lawful for 40 fucking years and you didn't have it in you for a second? You couldn't sit? For 20 years, you made me a slave and you couldn't even sit next to me? You couldn't even talk to me like you gave a shit? God damn. God damn. When I think about it, you know, there are people that I had friends. But I was, growing up Catholic, so I'm not allowed to go out and not allowed to date. I'm not allowed to. They could be the biggest whores in the fucking world, but we're not allowed to. She thinks it has to do with when I was young and I got poison ivy on my genitals, and I told her, and then he got jealous, and then nobody said, hey, put cream on it. Take care of it. I just lost 2 parents, and I don't even know if I even had them. So for 40 years, I just feel like I've been thinking that they're like me, but they're not like me. They were going to use violence, so that way I'm going to make you like green beans. Why? Because she's perfect, and she can never do any wrong, and you're making her feel bad. She's forcing dog shit down my fucking throat! No, I don't want you shoving green beans up my kids' asses. Y'all need to reassure me that you're not going to abuse my kids, my wife, you're not going to steal from. You need, goddamn, if I ever did go bad, if I ever did embrace criminality or terrorism or sovereignty, because these are people that believe in this is right-wing sovereign bullshit. You see the fucking royalist motherfuckers, that's right-wing sovereign bullshit. But when I think about if you're a sovereign, well then you're not accountable. You do everything and you're saying it's in the name of the fucking realm, and then it's okay, even if it's not. Oh, you just did it to be selfish? Nixon says if the president does it, it's not illegal. I disagree. You can't go around committing crimes against people. I'm the president. No, motherfucker. So anxiety means that you didn't have good parents. When you cried, they didn't pick you up. They didn't take care of you. They didn't watch over you. They just insulted you, attacked you. They insulted you and attacked you. You were born a psychopath. Sorry, boy. Sorry, girl. Your mother, your fathers are psychopaths. You're crying. She didn't pick you up. When she does hug you, it feels weird because it's like you don't really love me. You've been attacking me and insulting me. You're insulting my soul. You're insulting my mind. You keep attacking my body. And then if you saw somebody that had 1 million wounds on them, do you give them another 1 million wounds, or do you say, shit, maybe we should quit abusing this one? Maybe this one's got too much abuse. If I ever go bad, you guys have given me so many all the shit that you've done to me. Think about all the shit that you've done to me. If I ever go bad, I got a whole fucking array of terrible things. All the terrible things you've done to me. Look at all these tools. Look at all these. If I ever go bad, look at all the bad things. You think any of these hardened criminals ever had to go through any of this shit? And I don't want to get to the bottom of the whole thing, but basically, she's good for her daddy. She's good for her husband. See, daddy? I hate the boy just like you. I don't really hate him. I'm trying to, form him in discipline. I hate him too, just like you. And people say that families are about the lust of the father. Maybe the passion might be a better word. But like a jealous sister, daddy gets to lick my butt, not yours. I needed a mature adult that could sit next to me. Not somebody that keeps saying, daddy licks my butt and not mine. I don't want either one of y'all licking my butt. All I wanted was a good, safe household, food, water, clothing, go to school, place to do my homework, and then be able to move on out. Fly out of the nest. Get a job, go get my apartment, get my own house. But no, they wanted a slave for not even hire. They just wanted a slave for nothing. So I think that my mother was just so sick of men by the time I came around, you stupid boy. The husband didn't love the boy, so she wasn't going to love the boy. You know, fuck, it was too hard. Daddy abused boys too, so you're being just like strong daddy.